Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the 24th of May, 2020, Memorial Day weekend. I hope you have a safe and happy one. I know a lot of resorts are beginning to open up, and isn't that a wonderful thing that people can get outside, get some fresh air, and stretch their legs a little bit after over 2 months of hell in this country. Which brings us to the question, is the worst over? And I would say, in my opinion, having studied some of history and plagues and viruses that roll through the pages of history, I would say probably the first wave is nearing completion here. And what I think is going to happen now is that, of course, social distancing will decline. And as the summer goes on, the number of infections will probably continue to trend downward over time, but there will still be not reinfections, but fresh infection occurring. And then I suspect in the fall, as the weather turns chill, that we will climb again. Now, there's always this assumption that the second wave of virus is going to be a horror show, like it was in 1918. The first wave came through, born out of Kansas in the middle of the United States. Claimed some lives early on in the spring of 1918, then kind of disappeared but roared back in the fall in a much more brutal form. And then after peaking in late 1918, early 1919, slowly just dissipated and finally disappeared into, and I think there was a small upwave in 1921. But the thing that I think the press doesn't ever stress, and in talking to real licensed physicians, is the fact that viruses do not necessarily, in fact, they tend to mutate over time into less dangerous forms. They don't always have to go to a more dangerous form. That's just an unlucky combination. It's not to say it wouldn't happen, but since 1918, we don't have that being the case. Will this year be different? Who knows? But I would tend to bet on the averages that this may, in fact, dissipate as time goes on and not have a more dangerous form. But what do I know, right? I want to thank those of you who were on last night for the cooking stream. It was a little unorthodox, carrying off chicken parm in a skillet. Not an easy thing to do. The best thing, of course, is to oven bake that. But with our requirements at Kitchen Stadium being the fresh air and you be working that burner with the skillet, I think the chicken that turned out off of that effort was outstanding, as were the potatoes and the green beans. So I really want to applaud D-Dub Travels for an excellent job being over the flame there for the better part of 2 hours, and the results were excellent. I don't know what they put into chicken these days, but you know, guys, the Rancho specializes in big breasts. So we had the chicken breasts from I don't know what there. Those things were absolutely huge yesterday. Still did a good job of cooking them. Thank you, those who have given the meat thermometers in the past. They worked great last night for checking the internal temperature to make sure that all was good. So it was a great effort, capped off by the lemon bars yesterday morning, which were so refreshing and so nice in springtime. I can't imagine anything with a better taste to hit your mouth in the morning or any time of day. Just a really great 24 hours of cooking and baking demonstrated here on the Rancho. And obviously you guys love it. You continue to turn out in droves to watch Kitchen Stadium and to watch basically everything I do, and I'm very appreciative of that. It's going to take time for cinematic type of videos to catch on. Reason being, people like daily interaction on channels. They appreciate cinematic videos. So it's going to take time to grow an audience that comes in that's more and more on enjoying travel logs that I like doing and things like that. So it's just going to be a fact of life. That's going to be a slow growing. People are more interested in what's going on in the hood there with gang members and stomping cars and things like that. So we will see over time. It's certainly the direction that I'm going. To that end, today will be San Francisco, and it's always been one of Dee's dreams. He did a quick through San Francisco, but never really had time to explore the city today. I'm not sure I'm going to go live. I would like to try to capture a lot of things to put a cinematic travel log together for San Francisco. But we will have a wonderful time down there today. And it'll be nice. I've been to San Francisco so many times over the decades, but it's always really cool when you take somebody there for the first time and give them the San Francisco experience. It kind of rejuvenates you a little bit. I don't know what the traffic situation is going to be like. Lockdown is kind of coming off here. I'm not sure if we're going to be swamped out at those points, but it certainly remains to be seen. We're going to do our best to deal with the situation as it is. You know, when you park in San Francisco, you pay $13 an hour at a meter. It's like they're spinning gold down there or something like that. Of course, San Francisco had the big fire on one of the seafood warehouse piers down there. So we'll see what we can do getting over to that area too. So more exciting stuff coming. I hope to be on the road maybe by the end of the week as places like Nevada reopen with Las Vegas and Reno. Give me a good chance to slowly this time make my way down to Nevada via Reno, Tonopah, and Goldfield. So we have that to look forward to also. I would love to do cinematic travel logs in those two particular towns, Goldfield and Tonopah. I think that would really be great to be able to do that. Lots of good stuff coming up. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe and make sure to share it. If you enjoy the channel, there's a good chance the other people you associate with will enjoy it too. Send them a link and an invite and say, come on over and check out the Rosie girl. I'm going to call it a Sunday here. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Remember, it is a day of loss. It is a very solemn day in America. We have Veterans Day for those who served, and I, amongst millions of you, are grateful to those who served, the men and women of the armed forces and support services over the years. But it's a quantum leap to giving up your life in the service of the country. It's tragedy, heroism, all rolled into one, and it's a day that we really pause to remember. So thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you, and see you around. And as usual, thumbs up are appreciated down below. Thanks, everybody.